Oh! Unfortunately, you're kicking up a bunch of like muck and whatnot as you're like swimming around and moving stuff. So the area around you is a bit more murky than usual. So you look about and you unfortunately don't see anything around you.
Nothing.
Well, you don't see anything of note around you. You see stuff that's kind of like immediately in front of you, but the water around you is a bit murky, so it's hard to see anything else. But that's okay, because you can all roll me initiative, because that thing's going to pop up pretty quickly. It's going,
Fuck's sake.
Everybody roll for me initiative.
Oh, I gotta click on.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah.
You gotta always remember to click on your token.
Bye, guys. Have fun. I'm not getting into the water anyway.
Change mine to an 8.
Okay, so let me know when you're done, kind of like adjusting everything as it needs to be.
Ugh,
This thing moves so slow.
I think it's right, but the turn order is out of order.
Yep, I gotta fix that. Okay, so what happens is, because you had failed your perception check, the creature actually was able to get the drop on you for as you were sitting there. So the creature actually is. There we go. It's a little less bright in here. So because I have the sun coming in all the different areas with those lights. So the creature actually comes swimming at you with incredible speed. This thing as it comes at you, and all of a sudden it comes into sight so you can see it. You see there's a bit more of a keenness to his eyes. You can see there's a bit more intelligence to it. And as it comes swimming up at you, it immediately reaches out and tries to grapple at you. It easily is able to grab hold of you with its hands and starts to rip and tear and claw at you. Give me 1 second, and there we go. You're gonna be in danger there, sir.
Oh no!
Whoops.
Always in danger. It's always.
And now you don't have your fancy armor on either.
Fucking Leonard's always sending me somewhere.
Well, unfortunately, it was one of those like diving down and up by myself. So
You were doing it for a while without any problems. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So Brandon and I probably on the surface like kick back like, man, I haven't found anything.
Maybe you see my shield.
It's also believed.
As soon as you see the shield, I just look at you. It's like, well, have fun.
It's also believed that all the drowners would have left here, right? So, anyways, it does actually grab at you. The first attack that it makes is able to successfully hit you, and it's going to hit you for So it's going to successfully hit you for 9 points of damage as the thing with a very large and strong claw kind of rakes at your exposed chest. You're not wearing your armor, you don't have anything, so it's going to go, as a wince of pain as the thing rakes across your chest and does actually harm you. With its other attack, it does successfully hit you, but instead of harming you, grapples you.
God damn it! I'd fucking drown.
So we can be minutes of without air.
It is. You can be because of the fact that you held your like, and then went under. You can actually hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier. I believe, isn't that how it goes?
I don't know how it is for the Witchers. I haven't looked.
It's in 5e, the 5e rules.
Got a
5e.
minute.
Well, I hope you get a base amount, because otherwise I'm not very good at holding my breath.
It's actually a pretty good amount of time. It's actually a ridiculous amount of time. But I'm sorry. So you're fine for now.
Yeah.
You start your turn. However, it is your turn, but you have to make me a Constitution save.
I will do that. I have to keep checking that to make sure it's not advantage.
Oh, that's a 2. I was like, what? Did it land cocked? Don't forget, guys, by the way, you do have your Witcher sense, which means you have your 3 times. You just say it before you roll, like, I want to use a d6.
How many do we have?
3.
How does it work again?
Before you roll your d20, if you know it's an important one, you can add a d6 to it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm fiddling with the idea. What we always did was you add the d6 afterwards. You know what? That's a 5e mechanic. You can, after you roll, you do the d6. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. That's a typical 5e.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. You might? I'll do that right now.
Oh, if you want to? Sure.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think a D6 can get you above what you need.
He's
Oh yeah, that's fair.
okay.
Because 5 is not very high at all. Yeah, I'll just.
You'd have to roll a
don't
6 to
know.
get a decent chance of passing an easy check, man.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna.
So one of the issues is that even though you were grappled and the thing harmed you, you're still a witcher. You still have a mouthful of air, lungs full of air. You can hold your breath for a long while. You don't feel as though, like, you understand the dire situation, but you weren't too concerned yet. Unfortunately, as it comes around to your turn, something about this creature, there's like an aura to it. There's like this like almost magical aura to it that's kind of like ripping and pulling at you, and you can actually feel it pulling the air from your lungs itself, and you're actually starting to spit out a bit of the air from your lungs itself, and it's causing you to really try to fight back the urge to inhale. It's like, and you end up inhaling a little bit of water, and it's like, oh fuck, I should be fine. I'm already starting to drown.
Oh no.
Okay, that was your turn. Sorry, that was the start of your turn. What do you do on your turn?
So can I tell is it a drowner?
It's a really good question. It's hard to see because
I can't tell.
it just lashed around you. You believe it is a drowner. You just fought them 2 seconds ago. You believe it is a drowner.
Okay.
They drown. That's what they do.
Yep.
This one seems to be really good at it, too.
Yeah.
Have fun.
What do you do at your turn, Bastion?
I'm gonna quickly take a look at my spells to see if there's anything that's like
Yeah.
that can
You
help.
still
me out.
have 2 signs, right, that you can cast? So you can do
I
a
believe I
long
can
rest
only-
has happened. He has everything.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's only 1, but I think for you, it's 2.
So would this creature be considered humanoid?
No. This is a necrophage.
All right. Just wanted to be sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and break the grapple, and if I break the grapple, I have movement, right? So I can try to swim.
Correct. So that's an athletics check to sorry, my apologies. It's to break free from the grapple, you can either athletics or acrobatics. That's your call.
I'm gonna go with athletics. 'Cause difference between a 4 and a 0.
Okay, there you go. So, even though this thing is very strong and is particularly good at drowning, they're called drowners, it's particularly good at drowning people, you're actually able to rip and pull yourself out. I mean, one of the things that you had as you were swimming was a knife in your hands, and the reason why you had that knife is so you can cut open sacks or find stuff. You're literally just investigating the sacks in the back of this wagon. You start, like, jabbing the thing with your knife, not in a way that particularly harms it, but definitely enough to, like, cause it to flinch and let go, and you jab it in the arm that's wrapped around you, and the thing lets go enough that you can use your legs and kick off of it and start trying to swim to the surface as quickly as you can. Roll me another athletics check to try to swim to the surface.
Boom.
It's still water, so it's not particularly difficult. Oh! Yes! I was going to have you get to the surface next turn.
Boy.
I was going to have you get there next turn, but as you just swim as hard as you can. And popping up right, like your
I hate
shield
water.
pops up.
I only drink alcohol.
The shield pops up, and almost immediately afterwards, all of a sudden you're kind of like, you're trying to inhale water, the air that's up there, but because you had already taken a little bit of water into your lungs before, the inhaling of air is not as refreshing as you want it to be. It actually kind of hurts because there's water in your lungs too, and you immediately start coughing up water again, like what literally just happens last night, finding yourself in this situation. Okay, after your turn is going to be Leonard's turn. Leonard, you can clearly tell
fucking hate
something's
drowners.
Do I see him at the surface?
Yeah, you see him kind of like, as you were about to spring into action, you see him pop up by the surface.
All right.
Oh, just so you know, where he is from you is, again, probably about 80, 90 feet from the edge. Probably about 110 feet from where you're standing.
Okay. How far from the edge again? 90 feet, you said?
Yeah, 80, 90 feet, somewhere in there. It's like your character has, treasure and tape out.
It's going to be about 82.3. Okay, let's I guess I'll stand up and like I'm gonna see him like choking and like his shield gun. I'm gonna be like, "You okay?" Like, did you mean to drop your shield?
Yes, I'm not okay. Bad monster tried to drown me. What are they called again? What are the monsters that do the drowning?
Griffins.
I don't think that's me.
Okay, so I'm just gonna dive in the water and start swimming towards.
Joke goes way over his head. Anyways, so you go diving in the water and try to swim over there. So you can swim at what is it, half your speed? You can swim at. So you can make me an athletics check because it's considered rough terrain, right?
I'm gonna actually before I jump in just to retcon a little bit, I'm gonna take off my armor as well really fast, just like the heavy parts.
Oh, okay, sure. So then you jump and you move about 15 feet over towards him.
Yeah.
You can even say you walk around the perimeter first as you're peeling off your armor to like close that initial 20-foot gap, and then you start swimming, so like 5 feet from the water's edge. So you're probably about like 75 feet from where he is at the moment. Brad, what do you do with your turn as you see he's? Because again, you guys weren't standing next to each other. We'll say he's about 100 feet from where you are.
I smile and wave like, "Good luck." you see Bran fumbling with a crossbow. It's like, how the bloody hell does this work?
Okay, get the crossbow loaded and ready.
I'm just gonna move towards them along like the coast. That's my entire turn.
Keep your toes out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Technically, you have a standard or an action left. Do you want to prepare it in case you see the creature to shoot it?
It's probably not even gonna hit it. It's gonna be long range. This, right?
No, not for a crossbow. Crossbows get some
really?
range, yeah.
What about for your fireball?
Yeah, let's fireball the thing in the water. That's going to be effective.
Well, I mean, if it comes up to the surface, like you can't hit an arrow in the water, can you?
You can.
Can you? How
The
far
arrows
can you
actually penetrate the water like a little bit, whereas fire just whoosh.
go? Okay.
So, so you want to prepare the action to make your attack then?
Put him in hot water.
Yeah, I'll hold a shot for if it pops up to the surface for whatever reason.
It easily swims itself back up to somebody's little toesies, and
Nah.
I'm going.
Me or the griffin, or perhaps the. Which one of us would
I
get
don't
the?
feel so good.
We're gonna need a bigger wagon.
So it does grab up at your little toesies because your AC is much lower now, there, Bastion. It grabs you by your ankle, and so for its first turn, it chooses not to damage you, to instead wrap itself up in your legs. And so you see Bastion like, and so it's kind of holding on to you that way.
I continue waving at him.
And then it's going to use, it's going to try to start pulling you back under, to which you need to make with disadvantage at this. You're going to have to make me a athletics check, sir. It's just to keep your head
Not a
above water.
fucking sword.
Yeah.
Ooh, double threes.
Consistent.
So it first it grabs you by your legs, and you try to like bob and hold yourself, and then it intentionally like grabs you and starts pulling you under and swimming the opposite direction to like pull you back underneath the water itself.
Did I
Obviously,
get enough air while I was up to like be okay for a little bit?
a little bit of air, but don't forget you still currently have some water in your lungs. So that fucking burns. It hurts.
Yeah.
Like having water in your lungs in real life fucking hurts. You like have this instinct to cough, but you can't cough right now. So anyways, he starts pulling you back underneath the water. Bastion, it's your turn.
I guess I'm gonna try and break away again.
Sure. Roll your
Oh wait,
athletics.
would I have been able? So my shield is still like above. So all right, I want to try and break away and grab my shield.
Sure.
If that's possible.
Sure.
So athletics.
Athletics try to break away. Oh man. Are you happy with that roll, or do you want to use your Witcher sense?
I'm gonna use it because I need to get away from this thing before it murders me.
Slash roll 1d6, sir. I'll have to make a Witcher Sense card. It's like a macro for you guys. Just click on. Okay, with your 17, as the thing's pulling you down, you kind of like reach down with your dagger and you stab it in the arm. It's like it loosens grip a little bit. You kick it in the face a few times, and it actually will let go enough that you can pull yourself back up to the surface. And once again, you try to like, and you can grab up your shield if you'd like.
So, as well, since I'm closer to the surface this time, would I have enough movement to get a little bit closer to shore as well, or no?
Yeah, you can start swimming. I would give you because the amount of movement, that's a good call. 10 feet closer to Leonard. So instead of about 75, 85 from him, you're 65, 75 from him. Okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to my boy.
Okay. That's Bastion's turn. Poor Bastion. Leonard?
I'm just getting bullied.
Did he grab the shield?
He did.
Yeah,
he
I got
started swim his way over.
All right, so yeah, I'll swim towards him.
So
I'll be like, draw your sword as I swim to him.
He's hacking up a lung the entire time that he's trying to swim because he's got the water inside of it. You just double swim over.
Yeah, I'll just swim closer to him.
Okay, that's 30 feet. You're able to.
Should I equip my shield again? Mark it as equipped?
Yeah, you can mark it as equipped. That's fine. So 35, 45, about you guys are from one another. Next time I'll be able to give you a more accurate number.
Okay.
That brings us to Bran. Bran, what are you doing? Just still holding that turn?
Just moving closer to like the point where they dove into the water, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Try and get as
And
close
then
as
just holding another shot, I guess. It might pop up eventually.
Okay. The creature is then going to make its way over to you once again, sir, and it's going to attack at you. This time, because it gets 2 attacks. So, this time it's going to straight up claw at you. Ah! No! I rolled so shitty. So what happens is it's trying to claw at you, and so the thing is like reaches up and tries to claw at you. Actually, your medallion starts vibrating like a motherfucker. It's because of the way that you're swimming. It's like resting kind of like up on your shoulder over around your neck. And so you feel the vibrations get so incredibly intense, and so just in time, you like kick and like you're holding on to the shield. This is how the shield is aiding you, even though you're in water. The shield is like a bit of a buoy. And you like grab that shield and use it to like tuck your legs in, and you like pull your legs in up to your chest using the shield as like an anchor to do so. And so the thing just barely misses you by one, sir.
Killing it.
Chance it was 11, and it misses. So with my second attack at the creature, it grabs you. So the second attack, instead of harming you, it does like reach up and once again kind of like grabs you. And this time, Leonard, you actually see the hand as you're like swimming your way over. You look, and Bran, you see like for a second, you think you see something move in the water as a hand reaches up and grabs you from like around your shoulder and just pulls you back underwater a very bit. But you were close enough to the surface and kind of like. You like your head's right splashing around in that surface area, not above, not under, but always both. You know what I mean? That's the creature's turn as of right now. That brings us to Bastion's turn. Bastion, you're not technically underwater, so I won't be mean yet.
Yeah, quick question about my shield master thing. So if I use an attack, I can use my bonus action to shove a creature away.
Ooh, yeah.
Would that work?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my greatsword and I'm just gonna swing at him.
Oh, you can't use a greatsword and shoot.
Oh wait,
at the same
not
time.
my greatsword. My
Just punch him.
longsword. I'm just gonna slice right at him.
Sure, it's disadvantage to attack a creature in water
All right, disadvantage
with a longsword. It'd be different if you had like a dagger or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get those daggers made, man.
So with your 9 chance to hit, unfortunately you aren't able to hit the creature. You're just kind of like splashing. It's kind of like when you were a kid and you took like a stick or something. I'm gonna beat up the ocean. Smacking it. Like we've all.
So
been
all
there.
these guys see is just a sword waving around in the water, splashing around. Can I still use my shield bash, or does it need to like hit?
I don't believe you need to hit. I believe you can still
Okay.
try to use your shield bash ability. Why don't I look up the shield bash? Actually, click it. Click your shield bash 3 feet into chat.
Yeah, it just seems like a thing. Like while you're swinging, you also come in for a bash with the shield, no matter if you hit or not.
Yeah, to try to shove a creature. It says to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. That's funny. It says try to.
might be DM's discretion or something.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like
That'd just
that-
be big, something like a big creature.
Well, I just feels like with the word try makes me think you need to make a check. You know what I mean?
Good point.
It's a shove action, apparently.
I mean, it might be a DC that's up to you.
So that's an alternative rule. I'm pretty sure the shove action or whatever. So why don't you roll for me an athletics check?
I will do that. Is it normal?
Yeah.
Be nice. You almost died once.
Oh my fuck.
Oh my
Yes, this is amazing.
Dude, I'm so
Have
mad.
fun, guys.
So you try to shove the thing with your shield, but even though you used the shield as a buoy before to try to like anchor yourself, you weren't very bright this time. You actually literally tried to use your shield to push the thing back. So you grab your shield, you turn around, and just go like, and your arm moves like a foot in front of you, and then kind of like slows down almost to a stop as it's very slowly, and then it goes. Trout doesn't give a shit. So yeah, that was your turn, sir.
It's not going well for me.
No, it's not going well at all. This game is as mean to you as most of my campaigns are to Rick. So,
It's true. It's nice to not be in that position for once.
Leonard,
Switch places.
when you swim your other 15 feet, this is actually going to place you about 20 feet from the creature. You now
Okay.
have your action, unless you want to spend your action to swim another 15 feet.
I mean, the only thing I could really do is cast a sign, right? Let me see. I don't think I have. Is this creature isn't magical, is it?
Technically, no. It's a necrophage. It's undead.
Right. So I don't think there's.
You guys also have your maneuvers. I just don't know if any of them apply to this kind of a situation.
Yeah, I should probably look at those again, just to make sure. Not really. All right, I'll just spend the second action to get closer, as close as possible.
Sure. So you're right adjacent to the creature. It's right there. You're kind of prepared with it. I imagine draw your sword, your other short sword or whatever it is.
Well,
And-
no, actually, I'm not going to draw a sword.
Okay. You do not do so. You use a bonus action. I don't know if you have any bonus action spells or anything or no.
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
cool.
Just get
So-
as close as possible.
That's your turn. Bran, you're still waiting for the moment. You can see finally he got over to the other one who's currently being pulled under, and the other one's struggling. I imagine you continue holding your turn.
Yeah, I just continue walking to try and like get closer, and I just wave at him like, no matter what you do, I'm not gonna go in there.
So you need to learn ice magic, freeze over the lake, and walk over.
Yeah, if you give me like 5 levels.
Yeah, okay. Well, here you go. So, brain's not working. The creature starts grabbing at you again, Bastion, and trying to pull you under. Do you need to make an athletics check with disadvantage for this one?
Advantage. Here we go. Another natural one.
Okay, so it does successfully grab you and starts pulling you underneath the water again. And now that you're actually under the water by a little bit, it's also going to use its... so that's kind of like its turn is doing that, is grabbing you and pulling you under. And I can't do anything else with it at the moment, which is unfortunate. But that's okay, because at the start of your turn, you have to make me a Constitution save. Please roll shit.
I have been.
Are you
That's decent.
Are you comfortable with your con save?
I'll take it.
You happy with the 14?
I'll take it.
Okay, so that same exact effect that was grabbing at you beforehand, the one that was like making you like the water burst out and making you want to like take these deep breaths even though you're underwater, you were able to tell your body, no, fuck off, like just hold your goddamn breath. You're already trying to hold back the coughs because there's water inside of your lungs as it is. But you are able to stave off the other thing that we were describing this whole time. It is your turn. You can take your turn.
This is hold on. When I did, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try and swing at him and push away with my shield again because I want to break free,
Sure.
but I also want to try and get some damage in. So I'm gonna swing at him first, and then try to break free with my shield again.
Oh,
Roll
there
it
we
with
go.
disadvantage again.
All right, disadvantage. Longsword.
Oh, it was almost a natural 20. We got a natural 19. So you do swing with the longsword. It's kind of like you swing with the longsword just to kind of like line up the attack, and then just hard thrust into the creature with the sword. You hit. Roll your damage.
Hell yeah.
Used to be a lot.
Nope. So you do 5 points of damage to the creature, harming it a little. Now roll your athletics check.
And is that still at disadvantage or?
Nope.
Okay.
I won't penalize this ability. Maybe sometime in the future. But, unfortunately, you can't push the creature back with it. You can't, like, bash it with your shield or anything or kick away. So that's that, and you don't have a move right now. You don't have a speed. You do have a bonus action, but I don't think you can do it. Nope, you used it.
I think
for
that was my bonus
Yep,
action.
it was. So that was your turn. That brings us over to the next one being Leonard. Leonard, he was
Yeah.
just pulled underwater right by you. What do you do?
How close is he? Can I see him?
You can see the like looking down into the water. You can see the splashing and the movements. Bastion looking up, you can see the heat radiating off of Leonard.
I don't know how far down he was pulled or anything.
Probably 10 feet or so. You know,
Okay,
for the average person, you would feel the pressure of the water crushing in on you. For a Witcher, it's nothing.
Okay, I'll can I swim down 10 feet?
Yeah, easily.
All right, I'll swim down and I can't see down there, can I?
You can see well enough with your night vision.
Okay, how's the drowner positioned on him?
All over.
Like on his front or back side?
So the way he had originally grabbed him was he like grabbed up from around the shoulder and kind of pulled him down from there. So the way drowners tend to work is that they have their legs and they'll wrap them around your body because it just like anchors their like dead weight on you because they're
Right.
corpses. So they like anchors you and pulls you down with its legs, and then they'll use their hands to kind of like rip and claw at you to try to like just make you drown and die because you're like.
So he's like on his back, like
He's,
holding
on
his
his
front.
leg, exactly. It's like one leg is like wrapped around his right leg, and the other leg wrapped around his waist, and he's kind of like trying to start to grab and claw at him, but he's kind of using a shield to block it and trying to swing back at the thing.
Okay. All right, then I'll swim down on Bastion's front, and I'll like put my arm, like one arm, like on his shoulder to stabilize myself, and then reach with my other one to grab his greatsword, and try to pull out a silver greatsword from the sheath.
Sure.
And then
you pull it out.
yeah.
And you can still make an action.
So then I just want to jab it down on the
Absolutely.
drowner if possible.
Once again, with disadvantage, you make your attack roll.
I don't have. How do I do that with his sword?
I click on it.
Do I click on his?
You. Oh, yeah, it's funny. Just roll me because you have proficiency with it. So
Yeah.
you just roll me with your what's your other weapon there. That's annoying.
Silver short sword.
Yeah, with your silver short sword.
And do you want me to give you like the?
No, I got this.
Okay.
I'll take care of that for him. That should work if you press your chance to hit. Hold on. Are you happy with your chance to hit? Let me just say that first.
The 14. Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Okay. So unfortunately, the 14 is not enough to hit the creature. That one actually misses. So, but you are. I still have a bonus action if you have anything to do with that.
Can I cast Yurden underwater?
Yeah, it's just signs. You know what I mean?
Okay, then I'll cast Yurden and make I think the radiant one. Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's spells, right?
Correct.
So it's that one.
Oh, so
The
you're gonna go- oh, this one's an action, not a bonus action. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right. That is an action. Okay, then I won't do it. Yeah, then I'll wait.
Okay, not a problem. So you that was your turn then. After you is going to be Bran, who's now just standing there waiting.
Oh, look at me. I'm a master witcher. I'm going to fight the drowner underwater, man. I'm going to start reading a book while still holding that action.
Sure.
Read a book on drowners. See if you can't find any useful information real quick.
Yeah, so you pull
Yeah,
the
it says you get out of the fucking water. You dimwit.
Fucking told me. You guys told me to go down here. I don't need this.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get him out of the water. So it's going to start attacking at you again there, sir. What's your name? Bastion?
That's me. Wish it weren't at this point.
Surprisingly, that is a miss.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
But that one's not.
uh-huh.
Every dog has their day. Oop, I rolled that in the open by accident, but that's okay.
Nice.
So you take 11 points of damage. So the first attack that goes at you is it kind of swings at you, ripping, clawing at you. What happens is Leonard actually is trying to attack the thing with a greatsword, but instead of being able to attack the thing with a greatsword, he's actually more able to block the attacks it was trying to get with you. So Leonard stops that first attack from being able to hit you. The second one, however, it's kind of like instead of doing these big swings from above like it is, it reaches in close and just starts like ripping and clawing at your chest from around, and it ends up doing 11 points of damage, which fucking hurts.
Yeah.
It's your turn, sir. You're immune to that other ability since you made a save against it. However, the fact that you have water in your lungs right now, you have to make me a Constitution save.
Forget about Witcher sense.
You're actually fine. So,
Wow.
my apologies. You're actually fine with it. You choke it down. I am not going to torture you with the death saves like I was going to start doing. Because you have water in your lungs, you're able to choke it down for at least a minute. So, before you just have to cough it up. So, after it's going to be your turn, what do you do?
You can take the sword from me.
Technically, you can pass the sword back and forth. I imagine that's a really cool fighting style.
I
feel like it would be like slow in the water though. Like imagine just slowly.
Yeah, but it's a silver greatsword. Like it's gonna hurt.
You've got your long sword though in your hand.
I feel like I kind of need my shield to try and get away though.
Okay.
Like I know I've been failing all of these athletic rolls, but I've got a 4 in there, so it's really just bad luck, and not necessarily like.
Is the
issue with the plan?
The drowner is still wrapped around you at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Can you shake it off, or did you fail that roll already? I missed it.
He did not try that roll yet this round. He can. And actually, that's like the thing he's fairly good at. He's like fighting it, but can actually get away.
I keep getting away, and then I started using my weapon, and now I don't get away. But I think it's a better idea to try and attack and then try to get away, simply because I'm getting something in there.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you're definitely getting somewhere.
Look here.
Halfway to drowning.
I'm gonna attack you when I get out of here. All right, I'm gonna.
You'll get out of there in pieces, so try me.
I'm gonna attack the drowner. My longsword.
So you're not going to do the athletics, you're going to do the attack instead? Okay.
Well, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do the
you
attack and then...
You can't... Oh, and then you can do the shield thing. Yes,
shield,
okay.
yeah.
That way. Gotcha. All right, so unfortunately you miss again, because just swinging a long sword in water is, like, not very good.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's hard.
No, really.
And
You'd be surprised.
you miss.
made-
Make your athletics check again.
I will do that. I'm a master witcher, guys.
Would you like to use your Witcher sense? You've only used one so far. You have two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who gave us these?
Silencio Steve.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah, you're saving my life. Well,
Yeah, actually-
potentially.
You're gonna say Bastion.
1d6?
Thus far, Steve only drops nice things. You have to watch out for the others that drop the mean ones.
Just roll 1d6, right?
No, stop.
Okay, yes, roll 1d6.
I can't even see it, but I know it's bad. There we go.
Thanks, Steve.
Never mind, fuck Steve. Alright, so anyways,
Man, Steve.
Oh, Steve's cool. Bastion I have an issue with.
Look here. I'm just very...
Well, you won't live very much longer because he won't live.
Oh.
Thank God.
alright, Leonard, it's your turn.
All right.
What's your plan?
How deep is this water? Can I see the bottom?
Um,
Or like
with-
right?
You can actually see the wagon. It's probably about another 15 feet or so. Sorry, about 10 feet or so from where you are. You can stand on the wagon. You can stand underwater, and you're about 10, 15 feet from the water's surface. So he was about 10 feet under. Yeah. So it's about 25 feet deep here.
Can I use? I don't know how this would work, but could I use like acrobatics or something to try to get the drowner off him?
Ooh.
I can't help with that.
Steal them off.
Yeah, you can do an athletics check to try to assist him. Yep.
Is that a bonus action or is that my action?
That is your action.
So it's that or try to attack him.
Because you're more or less what you're gonna do is you're gonna give him aid another. You're gonna give him advantage on his roll.
Or I can cast Yard and start hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can stab him. Have we gotten any hits on him? We got like 2 hits on him,
I
right?
attacked him.
One. I think.
Yeah.
You did like 5 damage.
All right. So while we're underwater, I'll cast the Yurden spell.
Yep.
Which I have in there already, but I'll put it in again.
So the way it works is because you're underwater, and this usually is like a ward drained into the ground.
Yeah.
The ward is usually a 2-dimensional thing, but you're underwater, so it doesn't quite work like that, does it? So instead, you actually take your hand and you start like doing your signs and like drawing like a sign actually into the water itself, and you can see like the much like if you were using a sparkler, the tracing, but even at a slower rate. The tracing of the sign inside the water gets stays behind a bit more, if I could speak without stuttering. Stays behind, trailing behind the movements of your hand as you're setting up the ward. And then you can feel like a pulse of magic fills up like that 10-foot diameter sphere of about where you guys are. So it is inside the Yurden already. It is held there, which is a good thing. That is your action. What do you do with your bonus and your move?
I guess I'll just do my best to try to, for the movement, I'll do my best to try to keep us in the ward. I guess just kind of try to counteract gravity a little bit.
Sure.
Try to keep us up.
Yep, gotcha. Just going to keep yourself down a smidge, not a problem. Perfect. Yep. And that will be your turn. Bran, 1 second.
Out of curiosity, how far could I chuck a flask?
How far can you chuck a flask? I always did it before based off of your strength. So it was one of those.
Well, never mind then.
No, because it's not. Because think about it. A regular person can hurl a football. Sorry, an American football, pretty far, but not necessarily with accuracy or whatever, right? So I think it's 5 times your strength, right? So 50 for what's your strength, Bran?
8.
Oh.
Yeah.
So for you, 40 feet.
So short.
Well, never mind then.
Feels really short to me.
Because I just remembered I have a flask of oil. If they're not gonna come out, I'll just burn. Like,
Probably should have
no,
done
that's
that.
fine. I'm just gonna sit here grumping.
Okay. So,
Aim down your sights like.
Fucking
so do you
dedicated.
pull out that oil and think about it for a second?
Yeah, and then I just go back to holding my crossbow and reading my book.
So it's funny. You pull out that oil and you think about it for a second, but then when you go to put it back, you actually fumble the oil and it actually drops and shatters on the ground at your feet. You're like, oh fuck! As you actually just had oil just spill all around your feet, all right there, and you're like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Oil is all on your splashed up onto your legs. It's on your feet. The ground around you is nice and slick. Unfortunately, immediately after that happens, you kind of look up to see crawling near the surface, and you first coming out onto the surface from in the water where it was before. Another drowner comes out and starts just rushing its way over at you and does one of those jumping attacks at where you are. Hold on 1 second, sir.
How many drowners are there?
Well, there was one. Now there's 2.
You guys spent 20 turns cuddling with one underwater.
I tried my hardest.
Good at cuddling.
Well, there goes the flask of oil, I guess.
Maybe I would succeed if I tried to cuddle it.
And it's going to make its attack at you there, sir.
Ignite yourself.
That's not quite the blaze of glory I'm hoping for.
Burning hands on the oil that's all over myself.
All right, yeah, that'd be smart. And it lunges forward and easily is able to hit you. And is
Hang on. Would I be able to help myself by casting shield?
Yes, technically, shield does give you a +5 to your AC.
Yeah, but like, I don't even know if it's pointless now, which is really. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Here's a shield.
Okay, +5 to
That
your
takes
AC.
me up to 14 AC.
It's really fucking good. I got exactly a 14 chance to hit. So it is just enough. So as the creature lunges at you, like, all of a sudden you're just like, oh shit, you know, doing up your signs, and a magical barrier pops up before you, and the thing like hits onto the barrier, and its arms start to like reaching around and clawing at you, and you try to like step backwards a bit. Unfortunately, because you're like trying to stumble back out of the way of this thing that had just done that, and it's like splatted against it and trying to claw at you. Roll me a dexterity check, please. Dexterity save, please. Normal.
Dexterity.
Normal. Despite the slickness of the oil that you drop, you're able to hold your footing, and you back up enough that you don't fall on your ass or anything. You back up out of like kind of where that puddle of oil is, and the thing slops down from the shield that was thrown up to protect it, preparing itself for its next attack. That was your turn, followed by some...
Guys, I'm so sorry about the lake idea.
Dude, I'm dead.
I'm sorry.
Killed. You almost got killed earlier. Now, fucking.
Those are good ideas.
It grabs you, and instead of attacking you, it pulls you a bit further. So hold on, wait, stop, hold the phone, put it down, pick it back up. The next hostile creature that enters triggers Constitution saving throw. So it has to make a Constitution saving throw because of your fucking spell.
Nice.
What about the oil on the ground?
Oh no, I meant you, not him. We don't care about him. He's way over there. So
me?
where's my con? I'm talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
1d20. Okay, I rolled 96 plus number is not big enough. On a failed save, it takes 2d6 radiant damage and is restrained until the end of its next turn. Okay, so it takes 2d6 damage. Roll me your 2d6 damage, please.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely, man. Whatever you want. Like that, yeah?
Thank you very, very much. As a reminder, oh god, that's a lot. So as a reminder, restrained speed becomes 0, disadvantage on attack rolls, attacks on it have advantage, and disadvantage on dexterity saving throws if there's like a dex effect that's involved. Near it. So
we can kill it with the greatsword now.
Then you pass back and forth between one another. So it takes that damage. So that was okay. Cool. Just had to do math in my head. So you guys, you harm the thing, and it's now Bastion's because its turn is going to try to get the fuck out of that spot where it is, but it can't. It can't move. So because it's kind of stuck there, it's instead going to try to attack at Bastion because it can't.
It's still grappled onto him.
Down. It is still grappled on.
Okay.
So it's going to attack at him, but it has a shitty attack roll now. So 2d. And drop highest.
Sorry, I just had a really bad idea I was thinking about doing.
Only share with the class if you want to kill a party member.
No.
Its attack roll goes from being an easy hit to being a natty 1. So and then
it dies right away.
And its other attack against you.
It drowns.
Its other attack against you hits is a total of a 10. Fucking disadvantage.
Oh, thank you.
So it actually misses with both of its attacks.
Oh, thank you.
One of the attacks tries to claw at you, easily fucking misses. The other one, you're actually able to kind of like get your shield in the way to stop the attacks from harming you. God damn it. You are good to go. It is now Bastion's turn. Bastion, what do you do?
I want to just get out of here. I want to get away from it right now.
So you don't have advantage on what you're describing doing. Hitting the thing with your sword, you have advantage on now. That's actually the better option now.
Okay, then.
Take the greatsword.
So your disadvantage counters the advantage, making it a normal roll.
Okay.
Comprende?
Okay.
So you can still screw it up horribly for 10 turns.
Maybe keep
But
the shield.
I'm gonna keep my shield.
Yeah,
I'm not
let me do some jabs.
You can hold on to the great sword for now. All right, so long sword.
And it's a hit, sir.
Oh,
It might actually die finally.
Roll your damage.
I'm so good at this.
Okay,
Oof.
5 points of damage to it. You actually do harm it. Now roll me that athletics check for you to try to get away, okay?
I'm out of here, boys.
Wait, don't kick it out of the ring. Keep it in the circle.
No, I'm getting out of here. It can stay in the circle.
It's
I'm
a 10
not.
foot diameter, and you were right next to it when it did it. Even if you hit it back 5 feet, it would still be within the area.
That's
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you
Yeah.
roll absolutely garbage fairly consistently
God
in your
damn.
athletics check.
Why is that? It's out of nowhere too. Like I was able to get away just fine earlier. The
So-
shield is trash. I blame the shield.
Of course. It's the shield's fault. So, it's now Leonard's turn. Leonard, you have the great sword in your hands.
true.
Go right ahead.
I'm not gonna make any noise come underwater, but
You have advantage.
do I?
Yeah, because you're
Oh.
Yurden. Yeah.
Fuck. All right. How do I? Long sword, right? To hit.
Whatever your
Sorry, the short sword.
it's
to
your
hit.
short sword. Yeah.
I get a nat 20.
Excuse me, sir. With
Oh.
advantage.
Well, take that. I like that one.
No, you gotta re-roll. That's a consistently way we do it
God,
things
all
here.
right.
You Eric'd it.
Messi ruined it.
There.
Oh, and it was so much better.
Oh,
So much better.
You're the
So much
best.
better. All right, roll your damage. It should be good because I fixed it before to add an extra d6.
That would have been useful 20 turns ago.
Not wrong.
Roll it. Yeah.
How do you think I feel?
Okay, you take
my
both of those because technically it's a d6 twice, d6. Holy shit! So that's 25 points of damage. Holy fuck! That gets you to. Hold on.
That's dead, right? That gets it to dead.
Hold on.
It better be.
Wait,
Oh
he's
my god,
isn't he using my great sword?
Yeah. it's
sir!
one
You
makes-
describe that fucking kill.
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Oh. All right.
Yes.
It's clamped onto his back, and I'm holding the great sword. I missed it the first time, but that doesn't slow me down. I bring it up for another one. I put it right through the neck and it goes boom right through his neck, and it's just like fucking looking up at me like, and then just like I pull it out, and the blood pours out, and it covers up his whole body, and then he disappears,
There you
falling
go.
down.
Dropping down below. You're able to kind of grab Bastion and pull him to the water. We can use his shield as like a buoy to hold it, because he does still have that water in his lungs.
Oh, there's some fucking money down there if you want it though.
No shit.
All right, so you guys are kind of like recover. Bastion like tells you where the money is, and imagine.
I'll be like, Brad, there's money down here.
Little busy.
Brad, it's your turn. There's the creature in front of you. I think you have all of your spells back. You only use one first level spell. It's right in front of you. What do you do?
I'm gonna move through the water to like get my feetsies that are covered in oil into the water. Yeah, I'm not stupid. And then I'm gonna aim at the thing with my burning hand so that it does get the oil and the creature.
Oh, come on! Oh.
Look, I do fire mage really well.
All right,
So that's
level 1 or 2.
that's a good question. I think I'm just ask her at level 2.
All right, just roll me a 4d6. Let's deal with the fixing of the spell at the end of the session.
Yeah, it's still broken.
Yeah. That's good. That's some good
That's-
stuff right there. All right, let me make my saving throw.
That's a DC 12.
Okay, and then the thing actually takes the damage from the fires, like burning around and setting the thing ablaze. The fact that it's also standing on the oil now, because as I described, it kind of jumped at you before and slopped down. The oil is burning up and does like a little bit of extra damage to it as well. Just after you see the
Oh yeah.
and flops around and is harmed down below. So luckily the fire that burns and wraps around the area and comes around over to you, it does not, with your boot prints over towards the water's edge, it doesn't affect you. You're able to take a couple of steps away. But as you like step out of the water and you're standing there, you look down at your boots, completely sopping wet, covered in the oil that's now seeping into it. You're like, fuck, these boots are ruined forever. Like these...
That's the payback. That's the payback. How dare you outsmart me? I'm gonna ruin your boots.
So, Leonard, you swim down there over by the wagon, and you can actually roll me an investigation check for really quickly.
Oh yeah. That was quite delayed. Oh, that's still advantage. God damn it.
You Eric
God.
as well.
I keep
Yep.
doing-
Oh! Oh!
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh god!
Best detective.
Oh, this
You don't notice that you're drowning. Goodbye.
I'm not going to make it so ridiculous that you come up looking foolish. You can't find the coin because he told you where it was. But you do make your way down there. You grab up exactly that sack of coin. You look around for a little bit, find nothing else of value whatsoever. The wagon has nothing valuable in it, and you make your way to the surface just with the bag of coin that you wanted in your hand. So you swim back over to the area. I imagine you guys are catching your breath. Is there any words that you really want to exchange with one another right away, or?
Well, you saved my fucking life.
And then I'm gonna like open the
As
bag.
soon as we get back to town, as soon as we're done here, I'm buying you around the pub.
Don't bother.
How much did he get?
Are you two dimwits finally done?
How much is in the purse? I'm like looking in it while I swim because I can't.
Another 147 crowns.
147.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Clearly, this merchant had a significant amount of money on them, so that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah.
Also, when you finally do go fish out that body, do you fish that body because you're curious about you want to get like organs or whatever parts off of it?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it, but Bastion could go get it. He might want to rip the thing open for parts.
For which part exactly? What was
The
that?
drowner?
The drowner?
Yeah, do you want to go fish it for parts for your potions?
No, I'm too caught up in being dead.
Like,
I want to be on land.
Dunce,
right
just
now.
go look.
I want to be on land. Fine, I'll fucking. All right.
Or you know what? Tell me to go look. I don't know.
Well, you tell me to go look.
Yeah. So I imagine
Right
Leonard comes back with the coin and he's like, all right, you want to go fish the thing? He's like, fuck no. He's like, what? Just go get it. He's like, fuck.
Brad,
no.
do you know how to swim?
I'm not going in there. I can't use the fire in there.
All right, I'll fucking go.
I told you this like 10 minutes ago when you guys first were like, oh, we're going to fight the thing underwater, you bloody idiots.
Look, I'll just fucking do it.
Okay, all
I'll
right.
get grabbed again. It's on you.
Here, take your shield, and then if let it go if anything happens.
All right, I go to tear it open.
I'm going to press a digitation in my boots. No one ruins my boots.
Oh no, they're bad. The oil soaked
even I
into
can
them.
see.
This is like the seals that have the oil on them that Dawn can't see. You know. So anyways, you go over there when you pull the thing back. After like a little examination of it, you realize this isn't a typical drowner. It takes a couple of minutes for searching it over. Why don't you guys roll for me? You can roll a nature or Arcana check. No.
Ooh.
Nature check to identify monsters, right? That's what we said.
Nature, all of us.
Anybody that would like to.
All right, nature check.
Nature check, sure.
God, all right.
Are you sure I can do Arcana?
Figure I may as well because I'm. the
Hey,
one-
19.
Oh, we got some good rolls.
Okay, cool. So it makes sense that Bran wouldn't know the difference. He just like, it's a fucking drowner. Aren't you happy you found it? The
No,
other
no,
two,
no.
however, are looking it over and you're like, this isn't a drowner. This is a drowned dead. And then you come to realize why it was that this was such a hard fight. Drowned dead are more advanced versions of drowners. They are a bit larger, a lot stronger, far better at ripping up. Like one of them is worth fighting 5 of them. One of these alone is easily worth fighting 5 drowners, which is why it was such a hassle to encounter this thing the way that you did. But you are able to rip out of it some of its parts and pull out. We'll say you can garner off of it because it was a little messed up from the fight and everything. About 500 experience worth of parts from it as well. As for you, Bran, you can actually bust out your book. You weren't successful with your check to figure it out. But you can actually bust out your book and do a little bit of reading and research about drowners and whatnot in general. And this is actually where you realize that in this book, one of the things it says is, kind of like reading through it, that section, like, drowners are amongst the few beasts that are equally susceptible to steel as well as silvered blades. Which you choose to encounter them with does not matter. You also learn that fire is something they are very, very vulnerable to, as well as magics of light. So it says both magical and magical fire are something that they're very vulnerable to. You can roll me an Arcana check based off like the description that's in the book.
Sure.
It doesn't assist you at all. So you know that fire and magical fire is what harms these creatures, and so
he's very happy to read that, even though he figured it out by himself by now.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things where it's like, oh god, thank God. So you guys are able to grab up the coin, and poor Bastion is able to clear the water from his lungs and to make your way back towards. Bastion, just so you know, you were this fucking close from being making like 3 times from making death saves, and I just met in this one combat.
Dude, I'm fucking. I got 4 health left.
4 times today.
You make your way back over to the town, where you can make yourself to the inn or whatever it is.
How injured are the two of you? Like, I know Bastion isn't doing well. How is Leonard doing?
I didn't even get hit.
Oh.
You got hit, yeah.
In that case, I'll use 1 cure wounds on Bastion.
Probably before you get back to town.
Yeah.
Or is there another fight in town?
No. Well, I mean, so nobody sees him use magic.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, you heal him for that 7 points of damage, or whatever. You guys make your way back to town. I imagine you head to the inn. 1, Bastion would like to have a drink. And 2, you're probably looking for a place to spend the night, and you know that 2 of the other travelers were here before. So you kind of like go in to inquire about the rooms or whatever.
Before we go in, I just pull on like Bastion's shoulders, like, we're not gonna buy the whole bar around again.
Oh, okay. I've got more money than what I came in with anyway. I'm not too upset about it.
We need
however,
that for things.
We should split up the money. We've got what? We got like 400 down there. We can split it 3 ways. That's like $20 each.
I'll just give him 20 coins.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Right, you said you needed 150 for what exactly?
Makes me 6 short. I'm getting us some silver daggers so that things like this are much easier on us.
Right, but I read a thing and it said the drowners are actually... They don't really care whether it's steel or silver. He just starts waving the book around.
It's for more than just... Not everything is susceptible to steel. They're like the werewolf, for example. If you would have gotten the thing with a steel sword, you would have died.
I could just shoot magic at it. Why do you need to spend 50 gold on a silver dagger? It's
100 gold.
You just see him recoil in horror, like, prior to, like, that big bag of money last episode, that's a lot of money. That's more money than he has seen in his life, probably. So, yeah. Confused horror and just silence.
Just be like, you know what? Hold on. Hey, Bastion.
Yes.
I'll get you a beer, but
Oh, I love beer.
I'm gonna need 7 gold real quick just to pay the bartender for it.
Gold. How many is that again?
7.
Like 1,
Is it? Can I have?
2.
Can I just pick it out? Is that cool if I just pick out 7 gold?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And I'll take 7 gold from this
You
person.
guys make your way into the bar. So when you go into the bar and you sit down, like the barkeep is kind of like, oh hey, when he sees you guys walk in, doesn't think anything of it. However, when you walk in with another friend, probably a good thing is that they see this friend walk in with only one sword on his back, and so nobody really, they give her a lingering look because clearly it's somebody else walking in with Bastion, but nobody really thinks too much of it. It's like they're staring at all of his other features, right? And so you guys go in and you sit down at the bar, or at least Brand, I imagine Leonard does. Bastion, do you go over and try to sit with some friends again?
Are there a lot of the same people that were there earlier?
A few of them are the same, yep.
Any that I was hanging out with?
One of them.
All right, I'm hanging out with him.
So
I'm like, hey!
Hi guys. And you go over and sit down with him or whatever.
I buy him a drink.
You go and you inquire the barkeep about a place to spend the night, and he nods. He's like, yeah, you know, them two that you were talking to earlier, it's to Brand, them two you were talking to earlier, they actually just packed up their shit and left. They get the one room that we have to spare. Y'all mind sharing one room?
I look at Bastion for a second. I was like, we might be able to survive that, yeah.
It's like, and the room's yours, gives you a price, and goes over and it kind of grabs at where you were drinking, like the type of drink you had before, and he's like, another?
Sure.
Are there any ladies in the pub?
There is, but she's very clearly with her significant other.
Oh, damn it.
Are there girls there?
Is he really that significant?
Not compared to me.
Can I lean into the barkeep and like slide him one coin and be like, hey, listen, can you just like, it doesn't matter what it is, but can you just bring like one beer to Bastion and be like, hey, this is one of our top of the line beers that Leonard bought for you, and just because I just borrowed some money from him, I needed to keep it. That's cool.
He looks over at Bastion, looks down at you, and then picks up the coin and goes and does exactly what you said. It's funny though, because as he walks away from where he was beforehand, I mean, he's a big guy. I described him beforehand. He was a big guy, and he's kind of always in the same kind of area. When he steps away from the bar and starts becoming the point of focus to Bradley, who was talking about beforehand, and Lard, who was talking to him now, finally you see something that's posted on a wall behind him. There are a few different posters that are set back there. Some of them are withered and old, but one of them is a relatively new one. Honestly, it looks like it was probably put there just in the past couple of days. And you see a poster up there that says wanted for crimes against wanted for questioning by the witch hunters of the Eternal Flame. And you see a sketch picture of Brand's face on the wall right there. And,
I casually put my hood back up. I walk over to the thing as nonchalantly as possible, and I like take it off.
We'll worry about that next week, Brand. We'll worry about that next week.
Does Brand even see the poster?
I you know what? We'll worry about that next week as well.
All right.
And
I'm going undercover now.
With that, all right.
We
Lenard,
survived, some more than others.
Almost died. Wait, we almost died.
I'm fucking.
I took no damage. You know, I don't know what you were worried about.
I didn't die, so I'm a master witcher. That's all I got to say.
Your master
A
witcher.
massive drowner.
Messy.
I'm not a drowner. I killed the drowner.
Who are you? How can I find you?
Huh?
Who are you? How can we find you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Just gonna go in order. All right, I'm Messy Cat. Twitch.tv/ Messy_cat, or follow me on Twitter at Messy Twitch. I play games, but some I don't. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
All right. So, Bastion, who are you? How can we find you?
Hey, I'm Dunspace. I play video games too, usually on twitch.tv/Dunspace. You can also find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Dunspace, and YouTube too, under Dunspace, but I don't really use that much. And then I also, as well as Scott, we go on Tuesdays, we do tabletop on Doxy's channel, which is a good time. So that's ZER0DOXY, twitch.tv. There we go.
And Rickles, how can we find you?
Hi, I go by Derp Digital on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, all the places basically. Currently not doing anything because life's a bitch, so yeah. Eventually I'll get things back up and running. But for now you can find me here doing D&D.
Okay.
Going undercover and not taking any damage and burning everything.
Awesome. So I'm Daelric. I am the GM, DM, whatever you want to call it for this game. You can find all the things that I do over at Daelric.com. In the meanwhile, I want to say thanks to chat for getting started with those fun little Twitch extensions, the Daddy's Bits. That was fun. At the very end there, we're talking like I think a minute apart, I had 2 party fumbles sent my way. So I used one, and one of them I'm going to put in my front pocket for the first hour of next week. So I'm definitely going to hold on to that.
That explains where my flask of oil went.
Oh, it was the flask of oil and the attack of the creature all at once. So, because there was only one, because all the drowners were gone. There was only a drowned dead left. Well, one was lurking. Maybe its mate, one was lurking. So anyways, thank you so much, guys. That's awesome. We will see you next week for this, or in an hour over at twitch.tv/Ollyrant, where I am PC over there playing in a game where Ollie is he's the grumpy one. So I will see you guys later, and toodles.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.